Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from my usual content because I'm going to be introducing one of my original Winx Club characters, Lyhananimation, or her English name she's known by Melody. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that this character was developed as part of my character design and storytelling training through Lyhananimations. One of the goals for this character is learning how to create a character that's not only visually appealing, but also has a strong personality, meaningful world building, and believable story behind them. Over the past week, I've been developing Melody's design, her powers, her companions, and lore surrounding her place within the Winx Club universe. So today, I'm going to be taking you through the entire process and introducing you to Melody, the Fairy of Clockwork Harmony. Now, let's get started. So who is Melody? Melody is a 17-year-old fairy from the technologically advanced world of Zenith. Her fairy title is Fairy of Clockwork Harmony. Unlike many fairies whose power revolves around nature, stars, emotion, fire, or light, Melody's magic focuses on something much more unusual: sound. Well, resonance and machinery. Melody believes that everything in existence has its own rhythm. Every machine, every person, every world. To her, magic isn't something separate from the universe. It's simply another form of harmony. This philosophy became the foundation of her unique magical discipline known as Clockwork Harmony. Through this form of magic, she combines music, magical resonance, and engineering into a style of spellcasting unlike anything commonly seen in Winx Club universe. For her design inspiration, when I first started creating her, I knew that there were three major influences I wanted to combine. First was Chinese culture, because I personally am Chinese. The second was steampunk aesthetics. I love steampunk. It's one of my favorite genres to do art in. And third was the magical elegance that makes Winx Club so recognizable. The biggest challenge was finding a balance between these ideas. Traditional steampunk designs often becomes extremely detailed. There are usually gears everywhere, complicated accessories, goggles, belts, buckles, and dozens of mechanical elements. While these designs look amazing in illustrations, they can become very difficult to animate. So instead of creating a character who looks like a walking machine, I focused on creating a fairy whose design felt elegant first and mechanical second. And that's the result I ended up getting with Melody. The character whose steampunk influence are present but subtle, allowing her to feel naturally at home within the Winx Club universe. Color plays an important part in Melody's identity. Her fairy form uses a combination of teal, gold, bronze, and turquoise tones. The teal represents the key colors used in traditional Chinese art. I wanted it to be jade originally, but jade was felt too jarring against the other colors that I was using, so I decided to go with a deeper teal color. The gold represents the ancient craftsmanship of clockwork engineering to give more of that machinery, like traditional, like steampunk colors. Same with the bronze. It was more to connect her with inventions and machinery. Meanwhile, the turquoise in her wings that you see help symbolize more of the magical resonance and energy that powers her abilities. Her hair is used as a deep indigo and violet tones rather than black. This was pulled from watching Winx Club originally and seeing that Musa, her color palette was more indigo than black. So I was like, oh, that's a good representation of how to do black hair, but make it stand out better. But all these colors create a palette that I felt made her both elegant and distinctive. Now, even though I am showing off her fairy appearance, I do want to talk a little bit about what her civilian appearance would look like, because I really like this aspect about her character. While her fairy form emphasizes magic and invention, her civilian design focuses much more heavily on culture, history, and personal identity. For this version of Melody, I moved away from the traditional steampunk clothing and leaned more into the modern Hanfu-inspired fashion. She wears a fitted black high-collared dress paired with flowing ivory sleeves and crimson sash wrapped around her waist. The silhouette feels elegant, refined, while still remaining practical enough for everyday life. Subtle bamboo-inspired motifs incorporated into the designs reflect both the Chinese artistic traditions and Melody's appreciation for craftsmanship. Her long indigo-violet hair is typically styled in a loose side braid adorned with a flower accessory. Compared to her fairy form, the version of Melody feels quieter and more introspective. When I look at her civilian design, I don't immediately think inventor. I think more of a scholar, someone who spends afternoons reading old books, studying ancient texts, and sketching inventions in notebooks, listening to music beneath the blooming trees. And that contrast is that's a contrast I really like about her, to make her feel more in tune with her Chinese side, the Chinese traditions, and her fairy form can represent more of her invention design, her steampunk design and creation. Together, I wanted them to tell a story of a girl bridging the gap between past and future. Personality-wise, Melody is intelligent, creative, and endlessly curious. She loves understanding how things work, whether it's machinery, a magical artifact, ancient blueprints, or a mysterious magical phenomenon. Melody wants to know everything about it. One of the defining aspects of Melody's personality is that she experiences the world differently from many people around her. While others tend to focus on conversations, social situations, or the bigger picture, Melody naturally notices patterns. She hears subtle changes in sound, she notices rhythms in speech. She can often identify mechanical problems simply by listening. To Melody, the world feels like a giant network of interconnected systems waiting to be understood. Because of this, she often becomes deeply absorbed in whatever has captured her attention. When working on new inventions or investigating a mystery, she can become so focused that hours pass without her realizing it. So much that she forgets her to eat, she loses track of time. She might completely forget someone asked her a question 5 minutes ago. It's not because she doesn't care, it's quite the opposite. Her mind simply becomes consumed by whatever she's trying to solve. Melody is also highly introverted. Large crowds drain her energy quickly. She prefers smaller groups and meaningful conversations. Many people initially mistake her quietness for shyness or aloofness. In reality, she's usually observing, thinking, or processing information. However, the moment someone brings up music, engineering, magical artifacts, ancient technology, or resonance magic, everything changes. She can talk for hours without realizing it. Her friends often joke that Melody has two settings, silent mode and enthusiastic lecture mode. Despite her occasional social awkwardness, Melody is incredibly caring. She simply tends to express her affection through actions rather than words. If she values someone, she's more likely to build them a personalized invention, repair something important of them, or quietly solve a problem that they're having, rather than openly talking about her feelings. For Melody's likes and dislikes, Melody loves music in almost every form. She enjoys collecting instruments, studying musical traditions, and experimenting with how sound interacts with magic. She also enjoys tea, libraries, rainy afternoons, antique clocks, sketching inventions, stargazing, and collecting unusual machine parts. Stuff that she dislikes is loud crowds, being rushed, broken promises, wastefulness, careless craftsmanship, and disorganized workspaces. Unless it's her own, because she considers that her own organized chaos. And perhaps most importantly, she absolutely hates people touching her inventions without permission. For Melody's fairy form, she calls it Clockwork Lotus. This is a form that combines three central themes: lotus flowers, as you can see in her wings, musical resonance, which is kind of her personality more, and clockwork machinery, which ties back to the steampunk motifs. The most recognizable feature is her wings. The wings draw inspiration from the lotus petals, butterfly wings, and the flowing sound waves. At their center is a golden clockwork mechanism that distributes magical resonance throughout the structure of her wings. Whenever Melody casts a spell, the gears rotate and synchronize with the rhythm of her magic. This makes her fairy form feel almost like a living instrument. Everything here is to reinforce the connection between her music, magic, and machinery. Okay, on to how her magic works. Unlike many fairies, Melody's spells are powered through resonance. Sound isn't simply an effect of her magic, it's the source. Different sounds create different magical outcomes. Like bell tones create barriers and protective shields, drum rhythms increase power and activate heavy machinery, fluid melodies aid communication and flight, and string instruments allow for precision work, repairs, and delicate magical control. Rather than casting traditional spells, Melody often appears to be conducting an orchestra. Every ability has a rhythm, every spell has a melody, and every machine responds to its own unique frequency. Qingling is her clockwork songbird. Every inventor remembers their first creation that truly meant something to them. For Melody, that was the creation of Qingling. Qingling is a handcrafted mechanical songbird constructed from brass, bronze, and resonant crystals. Its name roughly translates to Jade Bell. Unlike many of Melody's later inventions, Qingling wasn't created for a specific mission. It was created simply because she wanted to build something beautiful. Over time, the little bird has become her closest companion. It can record sounds, deliver messages, and detect magical resonance, and amplify Melody's spells. Its feathers are engraved with intricate patterns inspired by traditional Chinese craftsmanship. Yunxiao is Melody's fairy pet. Alongside Qingling, Melody's magical companion is Yunxiao. Yunxiao is a rare resonant fox connected to the forgotten history of Zenith. With flowing cloud-like fur, glowing amber eyes, Yunxiao embodies the mystical side of Melody's story. The fox can sense the magical frequencies, locate hidden source of resonant energy. This makes Yunxiao invaluable during Melody's exploration of ancient ruins and abandoned workshops. Personality-wise, Yunxiao is everything Melody isn't. Calm, patient, intuitive. While Melody approaches the world through logic and analysis, Yunxiao trusts instinct and wisdom. Together, they create a balance between innovation and intuition. For Melody's backstory, this isn't complete. I didn't have enough time to flesh out an entire backstory for her, but here are some of the main points. Melody was born on Zenith into a family of inventors and researchers. Her father specialized in magical acoustics and the study of sound, while her mother worked as a mechanical engineer. Growing up, Melody spent her time dismantling clocks, repairing music boxes, and experimenting with small inventions. However, her life changed when she discovered a hidden workshop beneath her family's home. This workshop once belonged to her great-grandmother. Inside were hundreds of ancient blueprints belonging to a forgotten order known as the Harmonic Artificers. The Harmonic Artificers believed that every object possessed a natural rhythm. Rather than forcing magic into the machines, they awakened the resonance already present within them. While attempting to repair an ancient enchanted music box, Melody accidentally activated a powerful resonance crystal, and the workshop came alive. Machines began to move, and music filled the air. And for the first time, her fairy powers had awakened. The Clockwork District. Beneath modern Zenith lies a hidden network of tunnels, laboratories, archives, and workshops known as the Clockwork District. These forgotten ruins contain relics left behind by the Harmonic Artificers. Many of Melody's adventures involved exploring these locations in search of lost knowledge. Some ruins contained unfinished inventions, others contain records describing ancient experiments, and some contain mysteries that have remained unsolved for centuries. Melody's character arc in the universe is a story of balance. At the beginning of her journey, she feels more comfortable around machines than other people. She trusts logic more than emotions, knowledge more than intuition. However, through her friendships and adventures, she gradually learns that understanding others is just as important as understanding machines. By the end of her journey, Melody realizes that true harmony isn't found in perfect inventions. It's found in the connections we create with others. That lesson ultimately becomes a true meaning of her Clockwork Harmony. And that is Melody Yue, the Fairy of Clockwork Harmony. Creating her has been an incredible experience because she has allowed me to combine many of the things that I love. Chinese-inspired designs, music, magic, steampunk aesthetics, world building, and character storytelling. More than anything, Melody has taught me how important it is to create characters who feel like real people rather than just cool designs. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to get more fun content like this. And let me know down in the comments, what was your favorite part of Melody's character? Did you like her fairy form, her civilian design, Qingling, Yin Chao, or the mystery of the harmonic artificers? Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I will see you guys in the next video.